Ladies and gentlemen.
Gentlemen.
Yes, right. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching GEEKCASTER, everything sci-fi, fantasy, and pop culture commentary. I'm Seven. We've got Drew, and we've got Corey. Yes, sir. Here we go. How you guys doing today?
I'm well. How are you guys?
I'm good.
Good. So, yes, you're watching GEEKCASTER, and today we're going to be talking about some interesting stuff, as we always do. Corey, what do you want to start with? I'll let you throw the ball today.
Ooh, let's start with Midnight Mass.
Let's do it. Midnight Mass. Do we start by saying this was a sleeper cell, or does it put you to sleep?
I was pleasantly surprised to find out that this was originally a movie, and then the series. It's a must watch. It's not a sleeper cell. I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The writing was perfect. The characters were a little breathy. There were a little long monologues, but overall, I think it was a very good, interesting twist on the whole vampire genre.
Yeah, I could see that. What are you thinking, Drew? Your eyebrows did the thing.
I don't know what they did, but from what I remember, what year did this come out again? This was at least a couple years ago, right?
2020. I got you 1 second.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead, continue.
Oh, well, from what I gathered on this one, from what I recall, rather, it was good. Like you said, Corey, folks loved their monologues. Folks had them some speeches in this one.
Yeah.
And while it was a very layered horror drama, it was like everyone ultimately had this almost stage play moment where they all had to give their monologue and take on the world. And from the vantage of, like, I guess, a vampire thing, vampires themselves are very, like, breathy, like you said. I like that word, breathy. Right. They're very breathy and very solipsistic. This is why I don't like vampires fundamentally as a horror genre. But with how they portrayed it, you had character motive for everybody that was there. You had one for the priest, you had for the daughter.
Right.
I think there was like a detective or something, if I'm misremembering.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody had their own little, tying into what we'll talk about later too, almost like Stephen King kind of chaptered thing going on, where the horror, the overarching horror, the overarching villain, and they all kind of like had their part in that drama. And they all kind of intersected and connected in certain places. And some were friends. It was a mixed bag, but it was enjoyable. I would definitely say it's for a horror drama of its type. If you're anyone that's into like layered storytelling, like kind of deep cut depth, like, you know, when it comes to going into why characters feel certain ways, and the speeches, because those are in there. Everybody gets one. Check it. Just if you've never, just check it out, just to see what that's like. What that type of show is like. There are others like it. I have an old man brain right now, so I can't really think of other examples specifically. But kind of limited series, right? That kind of go into this route of deep characterization that has moments like that, and then there's like the kind of overarching like threat or villain or mystery that they're trying to solve. It's worth a watch. They can be fun watches. Check it out at least once.
You brought up a good point of saying when it came out. And it's true. Around that time, we were really deep into The Walking Dead. And I think they really messed it up for a lot of writers because they felt this need to build up every character in the world that they were creating and give them these long speeches. And, it was. I think a lot of things around that time started to do that.
It went that route. We were there. Here's the thing, though. I think Walking Dead set a standard. I like it. I don't woe that we had that era. I think it was good. It forced television writing to up its game when it came to, you know, rather than just creature feature cornball dialogue, they tried to give their characters some weight and depth and almost make these sorry.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you guys. This only came out 4 years ago. And I don't think it followed the footsteps of Walking Dead. I think it brought back a little bit of 80s genre horror in like a series format.
Maybe in parts, I see it, but just the same, one can exist and still be part of the other. Mm-hmm. It's still, while those elements are there, I would still say that like stuff like the Midnight Mass was definitely following more the League of the Walking Dead, where you had characters give these kind of what they felt would be deep introspective takes on the world and their condition and stuff.
Right.
That was very popular around the time that Midnight Mass was made. So
Walking Dead came out what, 2012, 13?
2012 early, yeah.
It's like still going on, brother.
Is it? Oh, yeah, they have like stuff with Daryl and stuff now. Yeah, when it was the first 3 seasons are excellent. I like the first 3 seasons are Walking Dead, 2.5, because season 2 is them on the farm arguing. Mm-hmm. But seasons 1 and 3, awesome. Seasons 2, Seasons 2 is a lot where I feel a lot of these newer shows kind of fall. It's one setting, it's one town, it's one locale, your set of characters, and most of it's just the interpersonal drama. Mm-hmm. Things happen, but the interpersonal drama kind of sits at the meat of each scene, you know? So there's good stuff that to be had in there, but Midnight Mass definitely is one you should check out, at least just the once.
Right.
Just the once.
Now for this, they had me, I think, until the end. I felt like they wanted to wrap things up, and I wouldn't say it's flawless. Even though, yes, it took a long time to get to certain places, I like when they actually got there. But I wasn't too satisfied with the ending. How did you guys feel about it? Do you feel it was wrapped up well?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember the ending.
I felt like it was wrapped up.
I don't remember. Well. I really don't remember.
I'll tell you this: it was supposed to be a 1-season show, so it wasn't supposed to be extended. There are no cliffhangers. There's no surprise endings. They wrapped everything up pretty well. I think we haven't really delved. This is kind of like a little spoiler alert, but you haven't really delved into like the religious vampire aspect. It's always been there, but this show really took it to like another level. So to wrap things up in that sense, I think they did a fairly good job, positive job.
I see where you're going with that. I see what you're saying. Well, that element definitely has not overly been explored. So, okay, cool. What's next on that one? Oh wait, really quick for the audience. So I guess we're saying, hey, this is something to watch.
9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. I give it.
I'll give it like a solid 7.5 to 8 from memory, because again, old man brain. But I give it like a 7.5 to 8.
Bump that up by a point.
A senile 7.5. There we go.
All right. Well, then let's go with the Death of the Unicorn, because this was something that I avoided watching in the theaters, and it was streaming, and I said, well, let me check it out. Did any of you see this?
I did. I watched it.
I've seen the trailer. Go ahead, Corey. I got nothing, man. I saw the trailer. Jenna Ortega cussing people out over about a unicorn. I'm like, all right, if it's on streaming, maybe. And then I forgot about it. So,
to be honest, I didn't know this was a theater movie. I thought it was a red box straight to DVD type of movie.
It
has that feel, and I think for what it was pretty interesting. It was good. What about you, Seven? What do you think?
Yeah, this is Jenna Ortega in the joint, right? This is
Jenna Ortega, Paul Rudd.
So I have to say, to be fair to the actors, they did what was given to them. Right?
I love that sound of catchphrase.
Yeah, I know, it should be my thing. So my problem with this is the same problem that I had in avoiding in the theaters. You pretty much knew where everything was going to go without seeing it. Like, you kind of like, all right. And then, I knew as soon as the first 15 minutes of the movie, I knew where it was going to go. That was my prediction. And then when I started to watch it, I was like, wow, yeah, I pretty much know where everything was going to go. And that part of watching a movie, I do not like. Like, I want to be surprised. I want to think I got it all figured out, and then they go left and go right. So there's that. The lead actress, I don't want to say the name again, but the lead actress, I want to see her in something different. I feel like they're constantly casting her as the alternative Daria to Zendaya. If they don't cast Zendaya to pay Daria, you guys know that reference, that cartoon, right?
Yeah.
Right? If they don't cast her, then they're going to cast this one. And I'm just, it's like, I want to see something else. Like, how many there's several movies that she's done where she's brooding over a lost parent. Wasn't that the same plot of Beetlejuice 2?
Beetlejuice?
Right.
Beetlejuice 2, yeah.
I mean, you literally could throw her and you could cut up all those movies and it's the same character. And that's annoying. Now, mind you, she didn't write the movie, but stuff like that, it pulls me away from the fantasy of the film because I'm like, what? I saw this already.
I don't know
if you guys
kind of know what to expect based on who's leading in it.
Right.
You kind of know what the film's going to be ultimately before you even see it. You didn't even want to say her name. That's interesting.
Because she can act, but I don't.
She's good. I'll start there. I don't think that she's a bad actress.
Right.
It's just that she's become kind of, as you're describing it, Seven, to kind of dovetail off of what you said.
Right.
She's kind of like our replacement for the last one. Who was the other chick that was kind of known for just being dead-eyed and stern and somber all the time?
Zendaya.
Aubrey Plaza,
who a good actor. A good actor.
This generation's Aubrey Plaza.
The two versions of like the same Hollywood archetype that they made them, and then they put them in everything.
Right.
They put them in all the things. It's the same little weird Hollywood incesty wheelhouse of it's just the same chicks over same actors, same people, same production crew over and over again until from here to infinity. And after a point, they all just kind of, for me, bleed into just the same movie. Because what you were saying, it's like you know what to expect when you see the actor. Your brain kind of just becomes attuned to this is going to happen. She's like the somber single like leftover child from the family. She's the dead-eyed chick again.
I'm upset because I lost a parent. I'm upset I lost a dog. I'm upset because I don't know. It's just
here's the thing. Back onto the unicorn, the death of the unicorn thing. As I watched the trailer, that happened. That same sequence happened where it's like, okay, this is Jenna Ortega. She's the same chick that she is and everything else. But then, because my brain, it's like, what if this was a continuation of like Cabin in the Woods, and they're lying to us? They want us to think it's a typical Jenna Ortega joint.
Right.
But then we're going to find out this is actually the unicorn that escaped from Cabin in the Woods. If I were going to package that as like a secret sequel to Cabin in the Woods, I want people to think that, okay, with Jenna Ortega in it, this is going to be very different than what she's done. She's going to play, I don't know, a paranormal detective in this one. I don't know. I'm taking it off.
Right. But give me something. Right.
And this is all I can contribute because I haven't seen the movie yet. But I would think like if you're going to subvert your audience's expectations, you package it as Jenna Ortega movie on the trailer, and then you get into the movie and find out, wait, this is actually something else.
Right.
You know?
I got to disagree with you guys again.
Okay.
It's something that you said previously before, Drew. If you're going to go in there with expectations, or if you're not going to enjoy the movie for what it is, then you're not going to have a good time. If we're talking about unicorns, the death of a unicorn,
it tells you everything what it was. It's true.
And you do have a very good acting job that Paul Rudd, you don't usually see him in. He kind of plays the same character, but in this one, he actually did a very good job of acting. Jenna Ortega did a very good job of acting, and the storyline that they had of unicorns was refreshingly different. It wasn't a blockbuster. It was just a good Friday night B movie that you could sit back and enjoy for 2 hours. Suspend belief, have a good time. And that's what it was, and it did a great job of being what it was.
Again, I'll have to sit down and check it out, but if that's all it's really aiming to be, I can't be mad at that.
Can't be mad. Yeah. It hit the notes. It did the family thing. It did the kind of a message thing. So it hit the notes. There's nothing wrong with the film. It was just
the unicorn lore was interesting. I thought that was great.
See, now they can. Okay, yeah. Thank you for bringing that up again.
That was good.
Them taking the idea of something as seemingly benign and like usually attributed with like hearts and rainbows and real light fluffy kid stuff,
right.
to make that effectively your creature of the film, and that there's whole like lore. What they did with like Winnie the Pooh, they're not trying to apply this to like the unicorn thing. I'm like, give it a shot. It may make some fun B movie stuff. So
they did the same thing with mermaids, right? Didn't they do a thing with mermaids?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is actually closer to
the actual myth,
right?
Than the films were. Because Disney got us messed up. Mermaids are actually horrifying, y'all. They're actually terrifying creatures.
Right. Right.
Just don't read anything by the Brothers Grimm, and you'll be, highly disappointed. But enjoy the Disney movies.
The OG Brothers Grimm stuff. That stuff is hitting, man.
Enjoy the Disney movies.
Right.
The Brothers Grimm stuff is hitting.
All right. So here's a movie that left us asking questions. The Blackening. I didn't know that this started off from a YouTube. You guys were saying?
Yep. It was like a short 9-minute, 10-minute mini fan film that went viral on YouTube. And I guess a lot of the comments were like, oh, I want to see this as a movie. And that's what they did. They stretched out this 10-minute, 12-minute YouTube video into a movie. And everything that's in the YouTube video is in the movie. So there was nothing spectacular, nothing different. I hope to get more.
Right.
So I was very, very disappointed by it.
I mean, by watching the trailer, I don't know, maybe because people can't make really good trailers anymore. But then to the defense of who has to edit this, if there's not that much there anyway, how do you even create a good trailer, right? So anyway, I mean, I saw the thing, We Can't All Die First, which is a play on the trope that, the brother or the sister usually ones that die first, right? So that was good. And they played up on that too. Name one black character who survived a movie. They did that with the posters and but kind of. What was good about it? Let's start what was good about it, right? To be positive. What was good about it was I could see people saying some of the dialogue that they said in this. And I thought that was cool. I think that's what was amusing, that it was like, oh, wow, I know someone that would say that and do that. And I give them props for that. But the actual funny, like where you're just laughing since it's a comedy, was not there. Would that be fair to say?
Oh, it's very fair. When you watch the short film on YouTube, I think it's still up. You're like, oh man, this is genius. This is funny because it's short 10 minutes. And you're like, I want to see what they do if they expand on this. And they just missed the opportunity when, they made it a full-length feature film. Because the same exact jokes that are in the YouTube video are in the movie. It was just copy-paste.
And
disappointing.
And share a check. I don't want to say I'm mad at you. Because I get it, but kind of like that Pop the Balloon. Ironically enough, actress that was in Insecure is in this, and she's doing the Pop the Balloon series. Everything doesn't work. That went viral.
Dang.
You know what I mean? Like it was. Yeah, go ahead.
No, it's just from what you guys are describing, it's the same thing that usually happens when it comes to these YouTube concepts that become feature-length films. You could have a good idea, you have a good skit. Things that are made for skits don't always make for great films. SNL, Saturday Night Live, it's notorious for this.
Right.
They have skits that have worked in their show, but then when they make them into full-length feature films, they stretch the taffy.
Right.
They pull at a tenuous concept and they try to make an hour and a half, 2 hours out of that.
Right.
And it doesn't work. YouTube has the same curse when you get what's the guy? I couldn't stand him even when he was on YouTube. Fred, anybody remember Fred?
Oh yeah.
He worked for YouTube. He was insanely popular on YouTube, and then they gave him 2 movies to screw that up. And it just showed, it perfectly exemplifies, like, yo, just because it works, if you have all the material that works in the short skit or whatever that got 8 million views or whatever, maybe just leave it as that. If you can't give, like what you're saying, if you, like, no, what Corey was just saying, if they'd expanded on it and added some, like, give like a variant of it or gave some type of broader explanation of like the world or something, it could have worked. But they usually don't put that much effort into those things.
Right. And they should, because I understand, like, you don't want to alienate the core audience by doing too much different, but I feel like that's an opportunity to, again, expand and create a bigger world than, 5 minutes on YouTube.
Yeah, you can only stretch 5 minutes for so long. Like, after a point, if you can't divvy it up or give people like something more, like, why even do it? Just go back and watch the original video. It just, I don't know. So, the Blackening. Oh no! To try and spin it around.
The way
I'll
you
give
said
it this, the Blackening. I mean, I guess check it out. I need to watch it myself, but I will say, like, the conversation itself is interesting. The idea of all the tropes of when you have black people in horror, typically what they'll do. We can segue this into the next one with the Long Walk, which I saw. There's always these dumb caveats for you to be like a black person to be in a horror movie. Everybody in horror movies in general has to be a little dumber than the average person. Your IQ has to be a little dumber for you to make the decisions that you make to get you into the horrific situation. Understandable. But then there's, as black characters, as we've seen, you usually die first. You're usually one or more of the stereotypes that they put on us. We're an athlete. We're some type of vixen. We're some type of MC or rapper, weed head, gangster, whatever the hell, right?
All the tropes.
All the tropes will be there. So if there was a film that took all those different tropes and archetypes and put them in a scenario where not all of them will make it out, but it won't be because they're black, it's because of the circumstance, the scenario, and then you have them to kind of like give commentary, like an active commentary through each other about those tropes and why they're dumb and why they don't need to exist. Subvert the expectations that way. It could have worked.
I mean, and even you saying that makes me say, I want to see the film that you're talking about. Like, so on paper,
exactly. Mm-hmm.
I think they just dropped the ball with the writing. That's all.
On paper, could have worked. You could have made that. I'd even go one step further, just one step further. A limited series that each episode, since we're talking like YouTube series stuff, each episode would have been from the perspective of the different archetype. You could have a dark comedy vibe to it. You could maybe even go the mockumentary route where they're all stuck in one spot and they're all kind of like interviewing each other, and the staff, they start to wonder, wait, who's been filming us this whole time? And then that's kind of like the broader thing is like, are the characters there of their own volition, or is this another weird social experiment where they're trying to kill off all the black characters?
Right.
I don't know. That's just where I took that.
Now, if we see like all these YouTube shorts that have a couple of series start being made into like feature series, I want someone to contact GEEKCASTER because we brought it up first.
If they don't, I'm suing. If they don't, I'm coming for
I'm waiting for the day someone says, all right, you guys, you talk a lot of junk. Here's $50 million. And let us write something for you. Or clean up the mess that you created. DC, we got you.
Some movie surgeons? Oh, yeah, I'm down. I can be located. Oh, wait. I think I'll put the deets up. Yeah. Any series takers? I'm so down.
Yeah, let's do it. And
we got ideas.
And put the 3, like, we could do it in Hawaii. Just put us up in a hotel and we'll just write some brilliance for you.
I'll do it from home.
Drew, they'll pay for the hotel. All we can eat. Let's come on, Drew. What are you doing?
Do it poolside. What are you doing?
What are you doing, sir? Negotiations.
I'm not difficult.
He's not difficult. Yes, you are. All right, so here's another movie where I'm like, okay, I get the premise. Why do I want to watch this? I get it. And it's called, what is it? The Long Walk.
The Long Walk, yeah. And with the time that we got left, we might want to save it for a part 2, because with what I've potentially got with this one, that could carry us over.
Okay.
But yeah, long and short of it is, it was a good one, and I would definitely recommend checking it out. You don't need to see this one in the theaters.
Okay.
It kind of says everything that it does. It says what it does right on the tin.
Mm-hmm.
Of the new these, I like that we're getting these newer kind of Stephen King iterations that have been definitely better in quality, definitely better in acting. I got to applaud the film for this. There are some good performances in this one.
Mm-hmm.
When it came to just showing, for the most part, it's not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
When it came to showing the dynamic of young men in certain situations, especially when it pertains to like life, death, war, sacrifice, brotherhood, all that good stuff, this is a very good portrayal of that. I think that anyone who wants like a good take on like, we could even go into the message route, toxic masculinity and all that crap.
Right.
If you want to have like a discussion on that, we can. But I
so
think
many
that this
layers
is
to this.
in the wheelhouse of like shows like Adolescence, and this is better than Adolescence. I think when it came to exploring that concept, it's a lot more subtle.
Okay.
A lot more subtle on more levels than one. We can get into that in another episode.
I don't know if you saw about the LA premiere that they did. If you were a moviegoer and you wanted to attend this premiere in LA, you actually had to walk on a treadmill during the movie,
The whole movie.
with the same rules. So you had 3 warnings, or maybe 1 or 2. Not really sure about the warnings. But if you couldn't continue on the treadmill, you were asked to leave.
You were escorted out
Just
of the
like
movie.
What?
Just like
it was kind of wild,
movie.
yeah.
It was pretty dope. I want to do it.
Cool.
It was, the movie's like an hour and 48 minutes. I think I could have
Mhm.
made that. You had to stay above a certain
Yeah,
pace.
I could
do
do it.
that. I could have pulled it off. But
That's good marketing. That's good
It's
marketing.
great
right
marketing.
definitely
They should've did
interesting.
it
It
a
was unlike any
couple
premiere I've
places.
heard. But yeah.
All right, so I think that'll be a perfect segue going into that and going to other pop culture. So let's talk a little bit more about The Long Walk. Anyone that's watching us on cable, thank you very much. If you're seeing us on YouTube, awesome. Like, subscribe, leave comments. If you're watching us on Instagram, go to YouTube, like, subscribe, and all that other good stuff. GEEKCASTER.com. You can watch all the episodes there. It's nicely curated, and so we'll do that. So also anyone watching us on Twitch, thank you very much as well. And anything that you guys want to mention of the movies that we've just spoke about today at all?
So far, everything we mentioned is, to me, you can watch a must watch is Long Walk. Midnight Mass is a must watch. Death of the Unicorn, you should watch it.
Drew?
I'd say yeah to most of those two. If nothing else, just casual interest. Check them out just because.
Just because, yeah. There's
Something
nothing I would
got
say
the time,
avoid.
why not? Yeah, there's nothing
Yeah.
here to say just to stay away from altogether. If nothing else, you got the time, check them out.
But our last
Find the
show,
Blackening on YouTube.
we did say something was trash, right? Oh, that was me.
Oh wait, yeah. Was there some negativity in the room? That might have been you, Seven. I don't know.
Oh, and we'll end it right there. Oh man, I'm usually the one, huh?
I'm the one that hated it, but yeah.
Hated it. GEEKCASTER. Woo!